This is the Weather Xtreme video, the morning edition for Tuesday, the 18th of July. Alabama's weather trending hotter and drier in the short term, but showers and storms will be increasing again, most likely, at some point late this weekend and next week. And a tropical storm is on the board. So let's dive in there and check things out early this morning. That's the water vapor satellite view. Looks like summertime. Storm track up north, ridging down here, a little trough east of the state, but check out one of these cool GOES 16 water vapor loops, and you can see drier air in the mid-levels beginning to work in from the north, and that should reduce the number of showers and storms each day for a while. And as the ridge builds, heat levels will be increasing. We are starting off this day in the 60s and 70s, a bit cooler than recent mornings because of the drier air creeping in here. In fact, Fort Payne and Cullman down to 66 to start the day. Highs today should be pretty close to 90, maybe low 90s in spots. That is exactly where we should be for mid-July. Excessive heat advisories in mornings for parts of the heartland, including Kansas City, St. Louis, and Des Moines, where the heat levels are coming up under the upper ridge. Severe storms a possibility on top of the heat bubble for cities like Minneapolis, St. Paul later today. Up north, around here, could there be an afternoon storm? Absolutely, but organized severe weather not expected. Tomorrow, marginal risk up north. And on day 3, Thursday, a couple of marginal risk well to the north. You can see no storms expected. Places like Oklahoma City and Little Rock and Kansas City. Again, that's the center of that heat bubble. Rain for the next 5 days, about 1/2 inch for much of the state. This valid through Tuesday of next week. And again, we're expecting a decreasing trend in storms for the latter half of this week, then an uptick in storms late this weekend through much of next week. In the tropics, new tropical storm on the board, Don, approaching the Windward Islands, and a trailing system off in the middle of the Atlantic. Take a look at modeling first off on the trailing system. This is Invest 96L. If anything forms, more than likely it's going to have some northward component of motion, which should keep it away from the Caribbean. Let's look at the intensity guidance on 96L. Some of the models bring it up to tropical storm strength. Some do not. But again, we'll keep an eye on that. Let's look at Don out here in the Atlantic. Top winds estimated now at 50 miles per hour, but it's going to be encountering a lot of shear along the path. It's not expected to become a hurricane at this point. This is the modeling on Don. Pretty good agreement here. The models want to take it westward towards Central America if it makes it that far. Here's the intensity guidance. A number of the models kind of drop it off, and here's the official Hurricane Center forecast. They basically dissipate this thing at some point either late tomorrow night or early Thursday near the coast of South America. But again, one way or the other, this should not be an issue for the Gulf of Mexico or where we are. So let's move along and take a look at the models here. The GFS, this is the 06Z run, valid today, 1 o'clock this afternoon. 594 heat ring kind of expanding. And again, for us, there could be a storm this afternoon, but they should be fairly widely spaced. Here's the high-res HER. And we stress the radar will not look like this, but we'll see some storms out there, but probably not as many as recent days. And the high, I'd say, 90, 91 today. Tomorrow, pretty much the same thing. Lots of sun, widely scattered storms in the afternoon with low 90s. And then Thursday, the ridge really begins to kick in. Temperatures reaching the mid-90s, most likely. Going to be pretty hot. And understand a storm is possible Thursday, but they should be very isolated. In fact, here's the upper level look on Thursday. The 594 ring just expands to cover much of the country south of that jet near the Canadian border. Same thing Friday, mostly hot and dry. Any storms, very isolated, mid-90s. This is Saturday. The ridge begins to weaken, but again, I think most of the storms Saturday should be pretty isolated at best. But the heat level should back off a bit with low 90s. And then Sunday, the air aloft is colder, the air more unstable, scattered showers and storms will likely increase. And the high could drop back into the upper 80s on Sunday. So there's your uptick in showers and storms. And Monday of next week, same thing, a mix of sun and clouds, scattered showers and storms. And a week from today, Tuesday the 25th, kind of a weakness in the ridge, 594 circle squeezed off to the west, and that looks like we could see a number of scattered showers and storms around. This is the end of the forecast period. This is Thursday of next week, July 27th, at 594 heat well to the west. Heights below average. That looks kind of soupy with scattered to numerous showers and storms. And look at this. Now, this is off the GFS ensemble. We got these mid-90s, later this week. But after that, interestingly enough, the model goes way below average with low and mid-80s through the end of July and the first part of August. And that's the hottest part of summer. I'm not so sure it's going to be, numbers will be like that. But still, the good news, no sign of any nasty, excessive heat setting in here as we get into the hottest part of summer. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this morning. We'll have notes in the blog. The next video here by 4 o'clock this afternoon. Can catch us this evening on ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.